In the depths of space, I live in a grand metropolis city in the galaxy. The grand space metropolis is known as Spaceville City, where I reside in. It is a medium space city, home to aliens and robots, including floating houses. It was a city that was said to be the most peaceful city in space.
Until havoc and catastrophe had stricken. Yep, in 1983, that's the year when the first intergalactic space war had engaged. Human space soldiers and crusaders were fighting against the aliens and robots, which had lasted up until the end of the 1980s. Humans outnumbered most of the aliens and robots, except...
We, the races of aliens and robots, had taken out the last human in the first intergalactic space war, meaning that our species have taken out the last human standing throughout the entire war. Hey all, I'm Droidlina. I'm a 13-year-old robot alien hybrid. I am a protector of Spaceville City, which also means that I'm known for defeating villains from evil tyranny. So, how did I become a protector of Spaceville City? Well, back in 2013, my father taught me how to save space, and he also told me about a villain known as Professor Lightfix. He was born in the 1940s in the city of Aurora, Texas. Under 30 years after his birth, he fails university after his incidents with explosive sciences, causing him to flee from Earth and start a new life in space, where he resides in a strange-looking building. Oh no! My note's flashing red, which means there's an emergency. Nothing too big or small for me to handle.
Help! A madman is trying to abduct me into outer space! Send help!
No one is going to save you, you pathetic life form.
Yeah, no one's gonna save you. Where are you coming, sir?
Oh no you don't, Lightfix. I won't let you get away by abducting that poor little alien.
No one is going to save you, you pathetic life form.
You're evil!
Evil? I'll show you evil! Feel that, dimwit? It's pain! And it will hurt and cause behavioral changes towards you.
That must be Lightfix's lair. I might need to get a closer look.
Droidelina? How in the name of electronic cables did you manage to find my secret lair? And why is my front door broken?
Well, Professor Lightbroken, I destroyed your house because I know very well that you have kidnapped an alien here. And don't call me Droidenoia.
If you want to save your pathetic life-form relative, you have to fight them in a dueling match.
I accept. If I win, you have to turn the alien back to their normal selves.
Oh, is that so? If the pathetic life form wins, they stay with me until the end of time.
Whatever, Light Broken. Let's fight.
I'll destroy you!
Missed me? Now it's time for you to see my lasers.
Okay, let's settle this like mechanical machines and PhDs. Get back here, you robo-coward!
Let go of the controller. I made it.
Never. Light Broken, you're the one who's brainwashing the alien.
Someday I will get my revenge on that pathetic excuse of a life form. Ugh, I hate that Droidlina.
Thanks for saving me, Robolina. Sorry about what I said before.
It's just water under the bridge, pal. No worries. And I'd prefer to be known as Droidelina. Or Droidy. Anyways, where are your parents?
I think they should be arriving here at any minute.
I'm really going to miss you, pal.
Hey, Droidlina. Thanks for being the best alien robot hybrid lifeform I know.
You're welcome. You should really practice how to become a space protector whenever you make a living at it. It's all in a day's work.